And we are back. Welcome to Good Energy. Happy Valentine's Day, everyone that has a Valentine's. And if you're sitting today out, hey, come back next year, no problem. But hey, we are talking tennis here. Smash the subscribe button, smash the like button, smash the comment button, sign up for my Patreon. Before we get to Dubai, we are going to review the St. Petersburg Open. Anett Kontaveit stealing the title from Marie Sacre after she literally led for 2 hours and 30 minutes in the match. Marie just fell short at the finish line. Anett Kontaveit proved just too much. And as I said in my expert prediction video, I feel Anett Kontaveit has just figured Sacre's game out. The last two times they played, Anett Kontaveit's level of play was just too much. And Simona Halep is back. Yes, one of my favorite players. But hey, St. Petersburg, great stuff, guys. But we are now on to the Dubai WTA Free Tennis Championship. And this here is a 32-player tournament, WTA 500 level event. And I am not going to focus too much on the first round. But nonetheless, we do have some heavy hitters. The number 1 seed, Sabalenka, the number 2 seed, Krejcikova, the 3rd seed, Badosa, 4th seed, Garbiñe Muguruza. There was a bit of an issue with her first round matchup. The matchmakers, I think they figured they wanted to put Muguruza in a different part of the draw. Iga Swiatek, the 6th seed, the 8th seed, Ons Jabeur. Danielle Collins is back from her thriller in Australia. Svitolina, one of my favorite players. Kvitova, the win over Giorgi. Giorgi is out. Sofia Kenin, who is now ranked 90th in the world after a horrible 21 season, 10 wins, 10 losses, 500 last year. Ostapenko, who had that thriller with Anett Kontaveit the other day. Kasatkina, she is out after a tough first round matchup. Alison Riss, the always funny on Twitter. Simona Halep, huge forehand. Corey Gauff, Jessica Pegula, who actually took out Gauff. Zvonareva getting the wild card with Shreve and Elise Mertens. But we also have a few other players in the tournament, and this is going to be a good one. Kudermetova, Azarenka, Begu, and Caroline Garcia, who is now out after her loss to Barbara Krejcikova. Barbara Krejcikova just had her number lately. But with that said, so there has been a few games so far. Barbara Krejcikova beating Caroline Garcia, Simona Halep eliminating Alison Riss 6-2, 6-4. Jessica Pegula did eliminate Corey Gauff 6-4, 6-4. I really wanted to see more of Gauff. I don't know, maybe she had school or something. It seems like she's been 16 years old forever, but no, nonetheless, I think she's finally 18 now. But nonetheless, Iga Swiatek 6-1, 6-2 over Kasatkina. She is out. And Halep beating Alison Riss 6-2, 6-4. Kvitova and Giorgi. That's a matchup that I had Kvitova as the underdog. Kvitova was a huge underdog in that one. That didn't make any sense. Yes, back in Toronto, Camila Giorgi capturing her singles title, they called her the giant killer after taking out Kvitova, Pliskova, and just playing very well. But Kvitova beat Giorgi 6-2, 6-love. Second set, Giorgi's just, I don't know, with her game, it's too volatile. She only wants to hit winners, and you never really know what you're going to get with her. But nonetheless, today I'm going to focus on one matchup. I'll probably break down the second round and on, but tonight I just want to focus on one matchup that has some very good value. I only want to talk about one matchup today, and this is the matchup between Jelena Ostapenko and Sofia Kenin. Sofia Kenin's not even on the first page of the WTA player list now. She's ranked 90th, and this here, I know it has to upset her as much as it upsets me. Sofia Kenin had a 500 year last year, 10 wins, 10 losses. After she signed the huge Motorola contract, the $1 million contract with the large technology company Motorola. It seems like her game just went downhill. She had the surgery in early, I think, March, April, something like that. After the contract, she had the surgery, but she wasn't playing well at all. She came back from the surgery, and again, she missed the Olympics, which she was really talking about, looking forward to. And she missed the US Open. And it's just, what are we going to get from Sofia Kenin this year? Is she going to break the top 20 again, the top 10 again? Is this matchup going to go like the Fed Cup when she was just crying and disappointed? How is this matchup with the Jelena Ostapenko going to go? Will she be crying again? We'll see. But first, I'm going to break down and remind people of who Sofia Kenin is. Sofia Kenin is a Grand Slam winner. On her career, she's finally started making the big bucks, which she's worked so hard for. Great story. You know, as I say all the time, her father came to this country. Sofia Kenin was only a few years old, a very little girl. He had no money. He went to the tennis club. He begged them to let his daughter come in and play and train, and the rest is history, folks. 227 wins, 133 losses, well above 500 player. And for much, take out 2021 and what happened last year, Sofia Kenin's a 70% win rate the last 2 years prior to that, 19 and 20. She's winning 70% of her matches. I mean, that's Tom Brady like. Her high was ranked 4. So after she won the Australian Open in 2020, that was a great match up there. She had to dig deep, go through Ashley Barty, Gabinia Muguruza. She really pulled it out. She's got 5 singles titles on her career, but she's only 2-5 this year. Okay, so she hasn't produced much this year, and a lot of that is really just getting back into the swing of things, you know. I mean, it takes time to put together these wins and get things going. In terms of her campaign this year, I mean, she started off at the Adelaide International, and her first win was against Lucia Bronzetti, who's a qualifier from Italy, really good clay player, or decent clay player, but ranked 148th. Sofia Kenin beat her 7-5, 7-5, a little rusty getting back into things. In the round of 16, she went up against Asa Tomljanovic from Australia. The crowd was heavy on Tomljanovic, that we know. And I mean, Tomljanovic, this was a match that was just back and forth. Tomljanovic won the first set 6-3. It looked like Kenin was done. The second set went to a tiebreak. Sofia Kenin was faced with match point. She had to dig deep. She ended up winning the second set 7-5 in the tiebreak. That forced the third set, which she completely she pretty much dominated Tomljanovic in the third set. But the reality here is Tomljanovic ran out of gas, and I did a video on that match. Sofia Kenin was very, very heavy that match. Clearly, Sofia Kenin was at least 15 pounds overweight, but she also had that thigh contusion that was hampering her during that match. But nonetheless, she won the match because Asa Tomljanovic simply ran out of gas. Asa was so tired leaning up against the post. She was just leaning up against the post and kneeling down a lot, and the crowd was behind Tomljanovic. So it was a home crowd, and it was definitely a match where she controlled most of the match. She got broken late in the second set. Sofia Kenin was able to come back and force a tiebreak, but Tomljanovic just simply ran out of gas, and it was painful to watch because this is a match Tomljanovic controlled, she dominated, and she really deserved to win. But seeing her run out of gas late in the third set was just very sad. She was just running out of gas. She had nothing left, and you just saw it on her face. You saw it on the all the rallies and the balls that she was going after. She just had no gas, and I just felt so bad. But Asa Tomljanovic, she's a 57% win player. It's a coin toss whenever she plays, whether she's gonna win or lose for the most part. But I mean, her serve has improved since She's been dating, or I think she might be married to Matteo Berrettini. His name's always tough to pronounce, but since she's been dating Matteo, her serve has been getting better. But nonetheless, as I always say with Asa Tomljanovic, she can get out of the first round in a lot of these tournaments. In the slam, she's not going past the second round. If she gets into the third round, which she has done recently, but that's something that she does have 4 singles titles under her belt. But going deep into these draws is just not something that you wanna bet on. That's not something you want to bank on her doing, because she makes too many mistakes. She makes too many errors, and that's what concerned me about this match with Sofia Kenin. Sofia Kenin was allowing someone like Asia to just hang around and control this match. But nonetheless, a lot of it had to do with Sofia's conditioning. As I stated, Sofia's overweight, she's heavy. But I mean, I know Sofia's game, and Sofia Kenin, forget about what happened in 2021, 18, 19, 20. Sofia Kenin's got a 70% win rate. Okay, she's the type of player, primarily 19 and 20. Those are the 2 years where she really, really started coming up on tour. But for the most part, she's a competitor. And I mean, I don't think she's happy with being ranked 90th in the world. There's no way she's happy with that. But one thing that was a positive, the Alidade International, she did make the quarterfinals after beating Asa Tomljanovic. She did win 7 games off of Ashley Barty, and not many people have been able to do that. Amanda Anisimova won a few, Danielle Collins won a few. So that lets you know her capability, and she's beat Ashley Barty before as well. But head into the Sydney Tennis Classic, Sofia Kenin did lose to Daria Kasatkina in the round of 32. She lost 6-4, 6-love. The 6-love is a bit embarrassing, but Kasatkina played very well. Don't forget, she also beat Elena Svetlana. So I mean, that's a tough opponent in itself. But I mean, outside of that, it's just been very, very tough for Sofia Kenin lately, and this is a match here that she's gonna have a lot to prove. A lot of the experts are counting Sofia Kenin out. They're not giving her no chance at all to win this matchup. And how she's played, again, she was injured in 2021. She was injured. She had surgery. She could not get into form, especially with all the regulations and everything going on. She could not find a tournament where she could heat up and get in form. She came into this year, yes, she's overweight, but her dad is a great coach. Sofia Kenin is a warrior. She's got a lot of super big energy. She's not the most athletic. I say this all the time. Sofia Kenin is not the most athletic. She's not the strongest tennis player. She doesn't have the best serve. She doesn't have the best movement, but she's got the biggest heart. Sofia Kenin has a huge heart, and she is a fighter. She does not go out without a fight. And playing Jelena Ostapenko, they've split the head-to-head, and both of their matches have gone 3 sets. They've played twice. The first was in the 2020 Fed Cup qualifiers. No crying, Sofia. Jelena won the first set 6-3. Sofia won the second set 6-2, and Jelena would close her out 6-2. The last time they played was at Roland Garros. So, first round, you're getting rid of the defending champion in the first round. This was a tough matchup. Sofia won the first set 6-4. Jelena won the second set 6-4. And Sofia won the last set 6-3. Closed her out of there. The experts are giving Kenin no chance in winning this match today. None whatsoever. And a lot of it has to do with her stats. She's played 5 matches this year. She's 2-3. She's only got 9 aces. Which is tough. So she's not really producing anything with her serve, and I think a lot of that was the injury, and as well as just getting back into form. It's a lot when you're packing an extra 15 to 20 pounds. Her service games won is only 68%, so that's not a good sign there. Return games won only 21%. first serve, winning 60% of those. Not good numbers at all by any stretch of the imagination. Jelena's numbers aren't that much better, but they are better, and it's a sizable gap difference. She's had 8 matches. She's produced 26 aces, so she's producing roughly 3 aces per game. Sofia's only producing 2 aces a game, but there's a good note that half of the eight matches Jelena's played have gone to 3 sets, so she's had a lot of time court, and that's one thing that has concerned me. She's had a lot of time on the court, and it seems like she is getting fitter, but Jelena's still overweight as well. Jelena's winning 72.6% of her service games, 36 of her return games won, first serve 64%. So there is a noticeable difference between the two. And the experts are, like I said, they're giving Sofia Kenin no chance to win this matchup. I feel Sofia Kenin knows if she wants to get back to her true form, top 10 capability, she has to start winning tournaments, and she has to start winning matches. She knows this, her father knows this, her sponsors know this, her coaches know this, which is her father, her trainers know this, and she's healthy. She's just not in form from what we saw, but she's had several weeks to get in form. And if she's the expert, the professional that I know her to be from watching her so many years, she's been practicing, and she's been working out, and she's been working hard. Jelena Ostapenko, what concerns me is she's had several 3-set matches over the last few days, and she's got to be tired. Annette Kontaveit wore down, and Jelena Ostapenko, although she has a huge racket, a huge racket that wants to bully you around, these two women have 2 completely different games. And I think not only are they going to clash and collide, but you're looking at contradicting styles that I think Sofia has the capability to get the advantage with the way they play. Jelena, I think she has had a day and a half to rest, but I still think she's going to be a little tired. She's not in the best form, and playing those grueling matches with these top 10 players has been very, very tough. Sofia Kenin is the type of player where, again, she's not going to wow you with her serve or athletic ability. She's going to keep balls in play. She's a good defensive player, and if she can prevent Jelena Ostapenko's huge winners within the first 3 to 4 shots, then she's going to be able to keep the ball in play and win a lot of these points, which will in turn win points. You end up winning games. In my opinion, I do think Sofia Kenin is going to do a lot better than the experts are giving her credit for. I think she's been practicing, and I think this is the perfect matchup for her to get things rolling again. She's playing someone that she knows she can beat, so that's a confidence booster. She's playing someone where Sofia Kenin is normally not the most athletic person on court. She's playing someone where she knows she's more athletic than. She's playing someone where she can't match her power, but she can definitely match her IQ. Sofia Kenin's and that's important, because if you can't match someone's power, you're going to have to beat them another way. And I think Sofia Kenin's IQ is very smart. She's a very smart player. If you look at the match she had against Madison Keys in the Australian Open first round, she lost 7-5, 7-5 to Madison Keys, and Madison Keys is playing a lot better than, that's the biggest racket on tour, the most aces, producing a lot of strength from her forehand. She was able to withstand that. Jelena Ostapenko makes a lot of mistakes on the court. If Sofia Kenin can withstand the hitting power of Madison Keys, playing someone she's already beat before in Ostapenko, and keep in mind she's playing a really good version. She played a really good version of Madison Keys. It's the best we've seen Madison Keys in a long time. I think that she can survive Jelena Ostapenko's power, and Jelena's going to make a lot of unforced errors. She racked up a ton of unforced errors against Annette Kontaveit, and once in the double fault started coming as well. So her serve, Jelena starts off very strong in the first set, but like I always say, if you can bring her into deep waters, she's going to drown herself with her unforced errors, with her double faults. And here is the prediction. I'm taking Sofia Kenin to win at least one set versus Jelena Ostapenko, and Sofia Kenin winning one set. That is minus 200. That is your expert prediction. This is a free pick expert prediction. That's it. I'm taking Sofia Kenin to win at least one set versus Jelena Ostapenko. Hey, look, this is a possibility for a straight upset here. There's nothing Ostapenko's going to bring into this matchup Sofia Kenin hasn't seen in her career. They've split the head-to-head. Both games essentially, with the exception of the Fed Cup, when we're talking 1-to-1 head-to-head in a major, that's the best you're getting. And although Sofia Kenin hasn't had the court time, Jelena Ostapenko's had a ton of court time the last week. I still think Jelena Ostapenko's a little too heavy. She makes a ton of mistakes. This is a match the matchmakers gave her that is very winnable, and she can definitely, playing her defense and Jelena making all those mistakes, if she can hold serve, she can steal a set from Jelena Ostapenko and potentially win the match. I didn't want to go too far as a pick her as an outright underdog, considering I haven't seen her play, but I am picking her. I haven't seen her play since Madison Keys. That was a few weeks ago. But I'm pretty sure as a professional she is. She's been practicing and getting ready to make her comeback inside the top 10 and make the WTA finals. It's a shame they didn't have it a year ago. She missed out on it after having a solid year, winning a major. But keep in mind, she's back and she's a problem. And she has great defense, great heart, and she never quits. Take Sofia Kenin to win at least one set versus Jelena Ostapenko. That is my pick. Smash the comment button, smash the like button, and hit the subscribe button. This is Good Energy, guys. Let me know what you think. I will be back with a official draw breakdown, possibly the second round. And thank you guys. Keep the love coming.